Yo, Heather B, we got to shout them out, man. Minded, KRS-One. The legendary Scott LaRock. Boogie Down Productions. Fresh for 2019. Sucker.
I just left a live rent performance on Fox TV. And I am thinking about a lot of stuff now. At first I didn't want to do it because I thought it might be cheesy. But when I got there, I really was surprised. I had a good time. I saw all my old ass friends, and they still look really good. Motherfucking red.
That was jive. That was jive, man.
We went from KRS-One.
That hurt my feelings a little bit.
To the one and only Taye Diggs, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was watching Taye was like, we went from KRS-One. We played him. We didn't know it was him. And he was looking like, I saw your facial expression just pivot like, what the hell? What?
I thought it was a commercial for something.
He's about to diss himself. Like, what is this bullshit?
Meanwhile.
Easily.
Yo, man, I love this guy, man. He's family. Man. Heather and I was talking about this on the in the office today, and I was like, man, Taye Diggs coming back, man.
Yep.
I love having this dude up.
I love you,
man. Nah, you family. These aren't even interviews with us. It's just conversation. It's catching up.
Yeah,
it's catching up. But in case you don't know, this man put his imprint on the game.
Oh, man, he's a seasoned Broadway star. Rent, Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Oh, man.
He's a seasoned star of the film industry. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the Best Man franchise, The Wood, How Stella Got Her Groove Back. But my favorite accolade would have to be a black man who survived a horror movie. House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah. The one and only.
Taye Diggs.
Taye Diggs is here.
Yeah, yo, what's happening? What's happening?
Chilling, man. Hey, what did you like? Heather was sharing stories on how we went when we were younger. We was listening to KRS-One on cassette tapes and rewinding it back on the kitchen table.
Yes.
When you were younger, what was you listening to in the household?
New Edition.
New Edition.
Okay. Yeah, I like this girl, Christy Hamilton, and she introduced him to me. Cool It Now. Yeah, she taught me how to kiss on the back of the bus.
On the back of the bus.
Yeah.
When you say kiss, like the mouth
sip with our mouths.
I mean tongue or
a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. A little bit.
How old was this?
This was junior high school. I was late bloomer.
That's a late bloomer.
The reason why
First
this is
kiss.
sorry, Tracy.
That's okay.
The reason why this is so crazy, Tay, because for some random reason, the last time Meth was up here, he said he used to listen to New Edition because of some girl, and he wanted
Christy Hamilton?
Oh no!
Just getting around, boy.
He said he wanted to be Ralph because he said Ralph had all the girls he was dancing. Who did you want to be?
I didn't even put myself on that level. I wasn't even like that. Wasn't even.
Attainable.
No. Yeah, it took me. I'm just barely feeling myself these days. So. Just now coming into my.
Yo, Christy Hamilton saw something. She saw something special in you.
Early.
So, man, you said you was a late bloomer, man.
Yeah. You know, church and. Yeah.
I read you were like a nerd in high school.
100%. 100%. She did me a favor. Like Christy Hamilton did me a favor. You know what I mean? I don't know what she was gracing me with her presence. You know what I mean? I didn't see any more action for a while after that.
I was gonna ask, were you a late bloomer in other aspects?
100%. Yeah. Late high school. Late high school, came into my talent a little bit. And then after college, started going to the gym a bit, and then the film actually gave me the confidence I needed to at least kick it to girls.
Damn, that's a trip, man.
Yeah, interesting.
But I'm sure you were a handsome dude, but I bet as a kid you had good looks too.
Nope.
Great.
Nope.
Not the case.
No, I had a little personality.
Okay.
But I came into everything later. Yeah, I'll show you pictures.
You can show me pictures.
Yeah.
You got some on the phone?
Yeah.
Let me see your pictures.
Why you getting that picture? Where's Chrissy now?
I don't know, but if you're out there, thank you.
She listening mad as hell right
She's
now.
a prophet. Chrissy's a young prophet.
Broke his cherry, yo.
But I always think it's better when like men who a lot of women collectively deem as good looking started off with an ugly duckling face, because it's just the layer of humility that's needed.
I think for females too, like
Yes,
really attractive
everyone.
ladies that are cool. I'm like, what happened to you? Because I'm sure something must have adjusted your trajectory. Do you know what I mean? Because when you get too much too early,
Right.
I think it can spoil you.
I was a duckling.
There you go.
Yeah, I was a duckling.
Right?
I admit to it.
Builds,
An ugly duckling?
it builds character.
I never felt ugly, but I wasn't. I didn't think I was ugly.
You weren't like the hunk of high school.
I wasn't getting no. That's not you in the glasses, is it?
Yes, sir. That is me in the glasses. I wish
Don't
you
do
guys
that,
could
Sway.
Oh, sorry.
No,
That's my
please.
natural reaction. My God.
No, it's all right. I like to hear how far I've come.
The journey.
Oh my! What is that in your hair? Did you have what is this? Oh, that's the picture. I'm sorry. That's an old picture. My bad.
It is the 80s.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh! But looking like
Interesting.
Raj from What's Happening as a kid.
Yes, that's why I watched that show.
Wow.
Literally.
So what qualities did you discover were your strengths back then? Because the other thing is, a kid constantly hearing you're so cute, they'll just be like, oh, that's going to be my ticket to success. But
Right.
what did you discover were your strengths?
You know, because I was a recluse, I was forced to think. So once, so I had when I was in the right opportunity, when I had the right opportunities, I could come back quick. Just because I was always on the outsides watching it all go down, waiting and plotting. So very sarcastic, very quick, but I didn't have enough, I just didn't feel comfortable enough to be, the person that was kind of driving the conversation. So once I was, I had it.
Nice.
Yeah, so we had sports, so we were so great at sports that we got our confidence from sports.
That makes sense.
So that's why I didn't care if I didn't look the part, And then also I had a big sister, G Life, Heather, my sister Regina, used to teach us how to dance.
Okay.
Yeah, my sister taught me how to dance.
Yes.
And she taught me how to have a conversation with the girl.
Important.
And
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah, and then my vernacular was so immaculate at a young age, Tay, that they never minded the duckling because they was in a trance.
But what made you a duckling? Was it your gear? Was your gear not up to par?
No gear,
The
nappy
weight.
head. I didn't comb my hair. I washed my face once every 2 days. Shit, I wasn't. We used to wear the same socks. You know what I mean? I wasn't on it like that. We were in the creek. We were, playing in the creek.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
what you're
fun.
supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I wasn't tripping on girls. I didn't care that they didn't like me.
Right.
Oh, man, I
Living
did.
my life.
Ew, you like that Fisher boy?
He was playing in the creek. Man, Taye Diggs, man. One of the things we played is. By the way, congratulations on your career, man.
Thank you, sir.
And then when I saw you singing about Rent and having done Rent, and I said, man, that's total elation and total transparency because you sang in the song. I thought about not doing it because I thought it'd be cheesy, but it wasn't cheesy.
It wasn't. I'm not. I was able to really just appreciate what that show is and what it did for all of us and what it did for I don't know, just people in general. So it was great to see a bunch of old friends. It was great to see a bunch of new people that also appreciated the show, because I'm coming to realize just longevity and what that means and kind of respect the business and how well we've all done.
Let me ask you this,
Sure.
because how does doing a show like that? We had this DJ JC, who I've known since 1996,
Right.
And he was DJing this morning on the show, and his turntable techniques. He's a technician, not just somebody who blends and mixes. He cuts, scratches, transforms, crabs, the whole nine, bro.
Yeah.
And I asked him, "Do you still practice?" He said, "Every day."
Ooh.
So when you do something like Rent, how does that prepare you for a series like All American?
You know what? In ways that I can't even describe anymore, just because when you work so long for something, towards something, like back in the day when I was doing Rent, it just becomes a part of you, to the point where now I can kind of lean back and know that I've been prepared already. You know what I mean? So that work has been done, so that jobs like screen acting, it comes a little easier now, just because I put the time in, so I can actually pay more attention to the character and certain other nuances.
Would you consider yourself a master of your craft?
A master? Yeah.
Okay, that's
Shit.
right. Talk your shit, Tay.
10,000
Come
hours
on,
in.
baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You don't
Yeah.
put that time in.
Absolutely.
Let me
Yeah, I
ask you
feel
about this,
good about
because
that.
you play a coach in All American,
I do.
and you deal with kids.
Yes, sir.
And being a parent of yourself, you know what I mean? Do you? Because this morning we were talking about Schwarzenegger getting his kid to stop smoking weed, even though he's been seen on film smoking himself. So it was a whole telling your kids to not do something that you yourself have done. So how do you give advice to the kids that work with you on All American versus kids of your own?
Ooh, I would probably be considered one of those new age parents where it's more about the process. I'm very aware of how I was raised and kind of what, I don't want to say what didn't work, but things that I realized I would do differently. And with these young people today, especially the ones on my show, I'm just encouraging them to keep their eyes open and to just be aware, as opposed to don't do this, do this, because life is not so black and white these days. You know what I mean? And there's just so much out there. I think so much has to do with kids being loved, and then making sure you listen to what they need, as opposed to just telling them what to do. I think these days we're becoming more intelligent with why people do what they do, and figuring that out first. So I think we need to listen and let them kind of guide us.
Taye Diggs, man. We're talking about All American. It's a series that's on CW, but it also streams on Netflix.
Yes.
And it's a story of Spencer Paysinger.
Yes, sir.
Who is he?
He's now he's a producer.
Okay.
Creator of All American, but he was a football player. He came from Crenshaw, and then played for Beverly Hills, and then went to school, and then played in the NFL. And then retired, and now he's telling his life story about his experiences being a fish out of water, and in this series, I'm very proud. I've been lucky to have worked on a lot of projects, but this one spoke to me specifically just because a lot of what I have dealt with in my life, these characters on this program are dealing with. So obviously it's a family drama, and it's kind of shiny on the outside, similar to 90210 or Orange County, the OC. But I didn't watch those shows because the characters didn't really look like me. With this show, the characters look like me, and I'm just proud that I can watch it with my son and not have to explain anything. He can see himself on TV dealing with these situations that I think are relevant today.
What are some of those experiences in this series that are specifically similar to some of the ones you've been to?
Just growing up, looking black, but then speaking properly and being called white. Being bussed into the suburbs from the city, and not being white enough. When I'm at the white school, all of that, messing with the white girls and then getting labeled certain things, and then wanting to date the black girls, but then being too white. All of that,
all of that,
and we, that just the whole issue of trying to figure out what is being black. We deal with that on the show. Plus, you have that element of sports, where people. I don't think people really realize, when you're talented in that, as a black boy or young black man, when you're good at athletics, already you're looked at in a specific way, and that plays into how people perceive you and how black you are, or if you're it's deep, and we dig into all of that.
It's pretty good, man. Breeze is on there too.
Breezy?
Breezy is on there. She's killing it,
What up,
baby.
Breezy?
Breezy's doing her thing. Breezy, I see you.
Joke.
She's dope.
Yes.
She's no joke, and that's a whole other element that we broached, the whole same-sex thing, and giving it a proper place on network TV as well.
And it's natural. It doesn't stand out of place with back in the day. You know what I mean? You see that and you'd be like, what the hell?
She does it so well, too.
Yeah.
That has a lot to do with her.
Michelle is on the line from Connecticut. Say hello to Taye Diggs, Michelle.
What's up?
Thanks, Taye Diggs. How are you? Good morning, family.
Good morning. Good morning. Shell, y'all. Shell, y'all.
So I have some questions. My first question is, obviously we remember you from playing and how Stella got her groove back.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
still talk to Angela Bassett?
I see her at functions. I was just hosting the Critics' Choice Awards, and she was nominated. So we did a little bit in the audience, and it's always great to see her. She looks, I think, better now than she did back. And I'm black, so I know I'm used to it. But she's on some other stuff. I don't.
Something's going on.
Yeah,
boy.
just she's getting.
You passed her in age. You realize that?
Boy,
she looks
she's
amazing.
Yeah, and she's still doing her thing as well.
Beautiful spirit too.
Yes.
If you're around Angela Bassett, you feel like you're around anointing.
100%.
You know,
she's a goddess.
You know. We got Patrick on the line from L.A. Good morning, Patrick.
What up, Patrick?
Hi, Patrick.
Good morning, family.
What up, bro?
Yo, Tay.
What's up?
I have to say, I definitely relate with that. You know, late bloomer, introvert, geeky looking. I look like Steve Urkel when I was a kid.
Okay,
Like,
you and I both. You and me both.
I'm not gonna lie. I had the high. I was flooding.
Okay.
All the time.
Yes.
Because me and my brother had to share pants.
Oh,
Yes.
I feel for you.
Yes.
You had to share pants.
Honey, yeah.
Yeah, your mom. Look, I moved from Cleveland, Ohio, to California, to LA when I was a kid.
Ooh.
And my mom raised 3 kids by
Good
herself
for her.
in LA in the 80s.
Mm.
And so we all shared a room and stuff like that, but it was tough. It was tough going. Like you said, you were an introvert, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
We had to learn how to use our words
Yes.
and not rely on anything else.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That's
Yes.
what's up.
This is true.
Yeah, because you ain't got looks. All right, Patrick, you're a citizen, man.
You ain't got pants.
You got that vernacular. Mike, you in L.A.?
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Sway family? Good morning, Tay. How you guys doing?
How you doing? Have you watched the show, All American?
Man, do I watch the show? I tell you, this show is so good.
Okay.
I sat up literally and watch like 4 or 5 series in a day.
My
It
man.
was like, yeah, it's a good show, man. I appreciate Tay and what you're doing with the sport and the story itself.
Thank you.
I think it's positive, no doubt. No doubt, 100% positive for the black community and even for that white community even outside as well.
All right.
It gives a better sense of understanding.
And even for the white community. Outside as well.
They could get a good experience out of this, too. Hey, Mike, thanks for your call. You're a citizen.
you.
Super citizen, a Sway in the morning.
All right. Luis in Charlotte, man. Tell you, you got the lines lit up, baby. Luis, what up, baby?
Hey, what up, Tay? What up, Shea 45 family? Love y'all, man.
What up, bro?
Definitely got to give a shout out to the one and only, man.
That's what's up.
I actually really didn't have a question, man. I wanted to just show some love to Taye Diggs,
I
man.
appreciate
I love
it.
everything you do. I watched All American, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an amazing show, man. It was some twists and turns. I don't know if everybody's done watched it, man,
All
but I
right.
thought,
Thank you.
you know what I'm saying? I thought Spencer was going to end up being your son,
Right,
man.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was hooked, brother.
All right.
And I hope this is not a bad thing to say, but I watch it on, you know what I'm saying, like on the streaming show, like Hulu and, you know what I'm saying, Showbox and stuff like that, man, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't know if y'all get paid off of that as well.
Yeah, I hope so, but I'm happy that you're watching though.
A stream is a stream, brother. A stream is a stream.
Hulu's legit.
Swift. Yeah. Yes.
A
Yes.
stream is a stream. A dollar is a dollar.
Yes. Water is wet.
There it is, man.
Yes.
All right. Lewis, thank you, man. Trace, you got a question?
Yes, Tay, when you were talking about the different layers of conversation in the series and how it can touch on some social issues, some coming of age issues, it reminded me some years ago, I want to say 2015, when you spoke about a decision of identifying your son as biracial instead of black.
Yes.
And I actually really understand where you're coming from, because I think it's important to just give credit and respect and knowledge to both sides of who you are. But then a lot of people in the black community were like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yes.
Do you still stand with that?
You know what? I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do, but I also understand where other people were coming from as well. You know, as a parent, and you know, when you share the same blood as someone, I was very I let my emotions. I was very angered. So sometimes anger kind of clouds your ability to see other perspectives. So I still stand behind what I was saying, but I understand how other people might have misinterpreted that. You know, we are, unfortunately, it's very confusing and layered, and I think, you know, people can share different perspectives, and I think it's important that we allow that and not let things divide us. I think we're all saying the same things. You know what I mean?
agree with that.
Yeah.
Taye Diggs, ladies and gentlemen. My man. Taye Diggs, man. Went from Urkel to... No, I'm just kidding.
Don't. You are dead serious.
Yeah, to Stephon.
That's all right.
All right, man. Continue success, Taye Diggs. Man,
thank y'all.
Stay you, brother.
Yes.
You're a solid individual, man.
Thank y'all. I thank y'all.
It's all love.
Make me feel good.
Man, as you should. You're a master of your craft.
My man.
Okay, All American streaming now on Netflix. And you can see it on CW. Taye Diggs, get more checks. All right. Okay.